Konnichiwa. I should say konbanwa, but I have to be really quiet tonight. I'll tell you why. It's 1:32 a.m. in Japan. I'm here in Iwato, Yosoka. No, listen to me. I've had 3 500ml Asahi beers. Today was a strange day. Great day. But if you've ever been to Japan and you're from the Gold Coast, you'll understand how completely different the place is to the Gold Coast. I did a great podcast, which you're about to listen to, with JC Goloubev, a guy I met last year, a Russian film director. I call him a militant atheist, but he's really just a guy that looks for answers in all things. Intelligent, super intelligent guy. But I met him out there at Yokohama today. Got on the train, and we did a great podcast. You're about to hear it, and that was today, about 15 hours ago. Straight after that, I tried to hunt down Nick Mabry, the live session guitarist for the Madden Brothers, Perry Farrell, everyone. He was actually in Japan, in Tokyo, to do Summer Sonic with Cody Simpson, of all guys, a Surfers Paradise local who made it big in the States. They're doing a summer festival gig on the main stage before the Chemical Brothers. A really big show. And because we spoke to each other 2 hours before we were supposed to meet, and then of course normal travel stuff. Nick's been living in LA for about 7 years. As soon as you leave your hotel, you don't have any Wi-Fi, so I'm sending him Wi-Fi messages, Facebook messages that he couldn't get. I hung around in Yokohama for a couple of hours, and I was just freaking out on the inside. If you don't know what thousands and thousands of people in transit is like, it's a horrible feeling when it's very humid and you're sweating and you're an Aussie from the Gold Coast, and someone just sent me a message. It's 1:30 in the morning. Who's that? Yeah. Yeah. I just realised what it's all about. I'm a Gold Coaster. I'm an Australian. I'm used to open spaces where people aren't standing. Like today, I had someone standing right beside me, checking their phone. I'm thinking, you're just right beside me. Can you not be 1 metre more away? You know, as I'm trying to set up my sort of stuff. But that's what happened today. So I did get JC on tape, who's a very intelligent, and he's got a lot of in-depth stuff to talk about. But I didn't get Nick Mabry, the rock and roller, who loves a good guitar tone, you know what I'm saying? So that was my day today. Sorry for a silly intro. I can't stand these intros, but I feel like I need to. You know what? I'm on the 3rd level of a 3-level house. Nice house. In Iwato, Yokosuka, Kanagawa, Japan. And everyone's asleep downstairs. So that's why I'm whispering to you. Alright. The reason why I'm doing this intro, which I'll probably never listen to because it's so embarrassing, is that I just listened back to the intro, and I've been in Japan for 2 weeks, and what I'm listening to when I listen back to the tape is that when you're in Japan, because I don't speak the language so well, I haven't been talking to the people I normally speak to. Normally in Australia, I'll speak to people all the time, all day, every day, always talking to someone. So my vocal cords are open, and then I'll go to band rehearsal, and I'll be singing, Then we do a show on the weekend, do a couple of shows maybe, of 3 hours singing each show. And have listened to how funny the start of this episode is, where I notice right now that, yeah, my vocal cords have just sort of gone in the last 2 weeks. It's like it's not even me. But I guess I'm getting a rest, and that's a good thing. So, hey, JC, I know you listen to this. What a boring intro. Anyway, are you there, boys? Doko Nani wa Dok. Oh, hang on. Where are you? No, Dok. Oh, whatever. Quacks. I've done podcasts where we're listening to what we're listening to, and then an hour goes by of heartfelt good stuff. Yeah. And the sound was actually only being recorded from the laptop mic. Horrible. You know, and I did that twice in a row. I couldn't believe it. So I've learned to check and look and...
Yeah, or like the webcam, right? Well, basically that's probably it, right? It's the webcam mic.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
That's right.
Just tell me when you start.
Technically we have started.
Oh, okay. So you're just kind of, okay.
I'll edit. No, I'll probably cut that bit out. But,
yeah.
But this will be a cool podcasting episode because you're a podcaster.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll introduce you, JC.
Yep, that's right.
You'll have to help me with your Russian name.
Yeah. Well, my name is Evgueni, but I use JC. It's just kind of a nickname I chose at university, actually. Yeah. For a lot of people, obviously, like in England or pretty much in every country outside of Russia, pronouncing Evgeny is quite difficult. So I just thought I needed something catchy, and short. So I'm like, okay, JC, that sounds good.
JC, but it's ironic that JC is also Jesus Christ.
Yes, I know. No relation.
It's a great one. Now, JC, I'm actually pretty happy right now.
Yeah.
Because here we are in Yokohama.
Yes. And it's the second time you are here. Yeah. I mean, you're at my place, so...
That's right. And probably 2 people in the world know this, that my first podcast was with you on your show.
Yes.
Okay. And I helped you film. You're a filmmaker.
Yes.
Okay, so... I helped you film, answered an ad in the news, in the internet.
Yes, I think so.
One day last year, and found myself at a temple in Kamakura.
Yes.
Filming.
Yes.
In a temple, and I was like, "This is cool."
Yeah.
Here I am from Australia, this place so far away from Russia. You lived in America you've lived everywhere.
Yeah.
But here, I found myself personally having my mind blown by someone completely different in my own country.
Yeah.
And then it was only like a week later, we came back here.
Yes.
And here we are in your studio house.
Yeah.
You had the full TriCaster set up, right?
Yes.
With cameras, like 3 cameras.
Yeah.
And tell me the name of your show.
Age of Reason. We'll probably talk about it a little bit later on. But yeah, basically, it was very related to the documentary we did, actually. And... by the way, just to update you on that thing that we shot in Kamakura, I'm actually editing it right now. Beautiful. But as you can imagine, it's a huge project. I mean, I'm pretty much alone editing a feature-length documentary. I don't think people realize the number of hours required to do everything, to do the voiceovers and things like that. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of time, and it could really drag you down when you...
It does.
You have to, do I have to watch that thing again today?
Yeah.
People don't realize when they edit film or anything. It could be a TV commercial. Just how many times you have to watch that repeatedly over and over and over. And your attitude might change at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Is that crap?
Yeah.
Is it all crap that I just made today? So, yeah. I've got about... I've been making this... this short little TV show for people on the Gold Coast called Cosmetic City. And I've got about 7 hours of footage in this laptop right here I'm supposed to be doing in Japan. I just don't want to do it. Every day I just don't.
It's the same for me. I had so many hours of footage and I'm just like, okay, I don't want to start it. I mean, I can imagine because in my mind I picture the amount of work required and I just I just can't get myself to sit down and start doing it.
Yeah.
Just
But
can't.
I saw the trailer for that. It looks amazing.
Yeah, well, these were kind of like teasers, right? So I will make a proper trailer once I actually kind of finish the edit, and then I will just pick up certain parts and do it properly. But
well, please tell us the name and what it's about. And
well, the name is actually Latin, Requiescat in pace, which means rest in peace. And basically, it's if people watched Bill Maher's Religulous, they might kind of feel, oh, okay, well, it's kind of similar, right? And that was my idea. Religulous inspired me to make my documentary. Bill Maher has his ideas, which I agree with a lot of things that he says, but I have my own ideas, and I just wanted to express those. And that's what makes everybody different. I mean, that's why a lot of people have podcasts, even though, let's say we talk about, I don't know, atheism or history, but still, a lot of people have their own kind of understanding of it and knowledge, and so that's why it's very diversified.
Yeah, but it looks amazing.
Yeah.
So what? Obviously, here we are in Japan.
Yeah.
And the historical religion here is Shinto.
Yes.
Shintoism, and what is it later? Buddhism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here I am. I don't even.
Yeah.
But I find it as a non-obtrusive.
Yeah.
Religion at all.
Yes.
There's temples everywhere,
yes.
but we don't think of them as churches. We think of them as sort of these beautiful old places.
Yes.
Where you can just go in and find a bit of peace.
Yeah.
Perhaps, and a lot of tourists go there pretty much just to see the architecture, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But you will never really come across any sort of person in all these 127 million people that are trying to sell you anything.
Yeah. Well, there are some, but you have to realize that most of those are foreigners who come here to preach. There's a lot of Mormons here. There's a lot of, what would you call them, Jehovah's Witnesses, going door to door in some places anyway.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah. But you mentioned the temples. That's an interesting point. So, for example, we went to Kamakura like last summer, and that particular day, well, we went in a weekday actually, and you probably remember it was just deserted. There was like nobody there, a couple of people here and there, but essentially, you're right. You can really feel at peace there, even though it was horribly hot that day too.
Yeah. But we were allowed to, we went in with cameras.
Yeah,
we're allowed to film everything.
Yes.
There was no boss sort of.
Yeah.
I know when I went to church for the first time, probably when I was about 10.
Yeah.
And it was my best friend at the time's mum taking us to church. And his dad died of cancer only 2 years before that. I didn't really realise why we're at church, but that was the reason. They found, it often happens. People turn to things in tragedies and whatnot. Yeah. So here we're at this big church in Brisbane, and I remember I couldn't believe it was the really strange thing for a young kid to go from normal playing football and kicking the ball every day, and then all of a sudden finding hundreds of people in a room holding their hands up and dancing.
Yeah.
But they're like in a trance.
Yeah.
Normal people.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you go, whoa, the world is crazy. The world is crazy. I don't understand it all of a sudden.
And, my attitude for that is like, if it makes people happy to do that, then go ahead and do it. I had another Australian, by the way, on my show, Gordon.
Yep.
He was pretty good. We talked about Islam mostly. But he said kind of the same thing. It's like if it gives like strength to people, then, fine. But just as long as you like don't push it on your kids, I guess. It's the same thing with circumcision, right? A lot of people, I mean, now it's been proven that it's really not necessary to do that, okay? And I've never done it myself. I'm not Jewish, I'm not religious, so, but that's what I'm saying. There is just no point to do that, to do those things anymore. We're in the 21st century, so there's no reason to believe in those fairy tales.
No, there isn't.
So,
but there's obviously places in the world that they're poor.
Yeah.
Or like we said on your podcast show, that I've never had a religious thought. I just find it to be completely
pointless.
Right.
Like it just